and welcome to today's webinar. It's called Building the Future, AEC Technology Outlook 2025. I'm Michael Munzer. I'm an engineering consultant and BIM specialist at Symmetry. I've spent the last decade in the architecture, engineering, and construction world, working with firms to integrate technology such as Bluebeam, BIM, Revit, and some other digital tools. And my goal is to help firms work smarter, collaborate better, and build faster. So first off, I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to be here. The industry, it's not just changing, it's evolving at a pace we can't afford to ignore. So staying ahead of these industry shifts, it's not optional. It's the difference between leading the way and getting left behind. So a few things we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about the biggest trends and challenges shaping AEC right now. We're going to talk about key insights from Bluebeam's AEC Technology Outlook 2025 report. We're going to talk about what this data means for AI adoption, sustainability, and digital workflows. We're going to talk about how to tackle obstacles like training gaps, integration issues, and resistance to change. And finally, we're going to talk about where we're headed by 2026 and beyond, and what you need to do to keep up. So again, thank you for being here, and let's jump in. Before we dive into the survey specifics, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The construction industry isn't just adopting technology, it's being forced to evolve faster than ever. No matter your role, if you're a mechanical engineer, if you're an architect, if you're a project manager, you've seen this firsthand. The old way of doing things, which is paper markups, slow approvals, email chains, endless rework, this is disappearing. Digital workflows, AI-driven tools, and automation, they're not just coming, they're already here. So why now? Rising costs. So materials are getting more expensive, labor is scarce, and margins are razor thin. Every inefficiency eats away at the bottom line. Another point is workforce shortages. So seasoned professionals are retiring, and the next generation isn't filling the gaps fast enough. And so we need smarter tools to do more with less. Another topic is client demands. Owners and developers want things done faster, cheaper, and greener, and they don't want to sacrifice quality. So if you're making decisions at your company, I'm sure you're already feeling these pressures daily. That's why technology, it's not just an upgrade anymore, it's the only way forward. So let's dive into the survey that Bluebeam conducted with Hanover Research in the summer of 2024. This wasn't just like a casual poll thrown together over a coffee break. Hanover went straight to the top. They went to decision makers in architecture, engineering, and construction from around the globe. So these are the people who shape skylines, lay foundations, and turn ideas into landmarks. So here's what the respondent breakdown looks like. We have 47% of respondents from North America, 42% from Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, and 11% from Asian Pacific. As far as sectors go, 71% of responders are in construction, 18% are in engineering, and 11% are in architecture. The survey focused on 4 key areas, and that is AI adoption, technology usage, sustainability efforts, and the challenges of digital transformation. So why does this matter to you? This data, it's not just numbers. It's a window into what your peers and competitors are doing right now. It's a chance to see where the industry is heading, which investments are paying off, and where the pitfalls lie. So if you've been debating whether to invest in AI, or if you've been debating whether to embrace digital workflows and digital technologies, hopefully this can be your roadmap. Okay, key findings. So this report revealed some eye-opening numbers that show where the industry stands. 25% of IT budgets are being dedicated to AI. And, the fact that some companies are dedicating over a quarter of their IT budgets to AI, that's no small move. 30% are citing training and integration as major adoption barriers. So basically, tech training, integration, and technical challenges remain major hurdles for companies. 50% feel sustainability efforts are not fully successful. So, only half of their firms consider their sustainability efforts successful. So, let's break these findings down. 1, AI investments are surging. So if you're surprised that some firms are putting 25% of their IT budgets into AI, you're not alone. But when you zoom out, it does make sense. 70% of firms are already spending some of their budget on AI, with many going as high as 11 to 25%. So the real question is, are these investments delivering meaningful return on investment, or are they just shiny distractions? We will dive into that shortly. 2, the skill gap. The skill gap is real. So 30% of respondents pointed to training and integration as their biggest challenges. So this is a big number. So think of it this way: investing in cutting edge tech without investing in training, it's like buying a fancy car and leaving it in the garage because no one knows how to drive it. So we don't want that to happen in the AEC industry. We want companies to buy the tools, but also equip the teams to use them effectively. And so number 3, sustainability. It's more than just a checkbox. Half of the firms surveyed said their sustainability efforts haven't hit the mark. Why? Because less than 25% of budgets are going to green initiatives. So sustainability, it's easy to talk about, but harder to execute. And bridging the gap between lofty goals and actual investment takes intentional effort and commitment. So, these findings highlight the opportunities and challenges shaping our industry. AI, training, and sustainability, they're not just trends, they're essential to building a stronger, more competitive future. Okay, so how exactly are firms using technology? The survey shows that technology adoption is highest in construction, design, and planning. North America leads the way, with 83% of firms using digital tools for planning, while Europe, Middle East, Africa is at 69%, and Asian Pacific is at 67%. So, these regions, they're not far behind. So while North America leads today, Europe and Asian Pacific have the potential to close the gap quickly. So no lead is guaranteed. So now let's talk about the tools driving this transformation. So BIM, or Building Information Modeling, takes center stage as the foundation of digital transformation in AEC, or Architecture, Engineering, Construction. CAD software, things like Revit and AutoCAD, are streamlining design and drafting workflows. Project management platforms like Autodesk Construction Cloud are keeping timelines and budgets on track. Collaboration tools like Bluebeam and Navisworks are enhancing communication across teams. Cloud-based document management, so think Bluebeam Studio projects in specific. Tools like this are centralizing project data for accessibility, and also AI/machine learning tools are driving predictive insights and efficiency. And again, this is new, but it's growing rapidly. So why is AI booming in design and planning? Because this is where it can deliver a lot of value. So, if you think about it this way, AI could potentially help firms catch costly mistakes digitally before they become expensive field problems. And whether that's clash detection, advanced construction sequencing, or simulating build schedules, AI can make it possible to anticipate and solve some of your issues before a single brick is laid. And the kicker is that AI adoption is set to skyrocket over the next 5 years. So firms that are investing in it now are positioning themselves to lead the next wave of innovation, while others risk falling behind. So I just wanted to talk about AI in a bit more detail. We've all heard phrases like AI is the future, right? But in the reality, AI is already here, and the numbers make that clear. So 70% of firms are allocating some percentage of their IT budgets to AI, and 40% are dedicating 11 to 25% of their budgets specifically to AI. So these aren't small numbers, and I believe that AI has the ability to transform how we work today. And so the early focus is automating tasks, design and model generation, pathfinding and optimization, rendering, things like digital twins, and some more general applications. So writing emails, writing proposals, text generation, that kind of thing. So, here's the big idea. AI tools are being developed to analyze MEP models, spotting potential clashes or inefficiencies. So, catching these issues before detailed design begins. It's not just solving problems, it's setting the stage for smarter, more efficient projects. But, let's be real, AI isn't magic. 30% of firms are struggling to incorporate AI because of A, lack of training, and B, integration challenges with legacy workflows. And so, without proper training and integration, your digital workflows and the AI tools that come along with it could end up being underutilized, offering little return on investment. So, anyway. Okay, so financial impact of technology. Let's talk about what everybody really cares about, money. And I'm only half kidding. The bottom line. So here's the big picture. 1 in 3 firms saved between $100,000 and $500,000 annually by adopting digital tools. The biggest drivers of these savings are BIM, so building information modeling, CAD, project management platforms, collaboration apps, and cloud-based document management. Why does this matter? Because when you shift from endless paper trails to digital workflows, you're not just reducing clutter, you're actually cutting rework, eliminating errors, and enabling remote teams to collaborate seamlessly in real time. So that's not just a trend, it's actually a competitive advantage. So, we mentioned earlier, 70% of firms are investing in AI, but, in my opinion, it's not enough to simply adopt AI and call it a win. You have to track whether those AI-driven improvements are actually boosting project outcomes, reducing overhead, and delivering measurable return on investment. So at the end of the day, technology isn't just about looking innovative, it's about making your firm more efficient, more profitable, and more competitive. Okay, resistance to change, which is the real roadblock. So if digital tools save so much money and AI is this powerful, then why aren't we all fully digital by now? And the survey points to a few familiar culprits. So the first, we have skill gaps in training, which means that teams aren't equipped to use the tools effectively. Some teams aren't. The second is integration issues. So new systems and new way of doing things don't always play well with legacy workflows or the old way of doing things, which makes sense, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, everything's changing, so it's a blend of the two, right? 3, resistance to change. So people tend to stick with what they know. 4, data security and compliance concerns. So fear of breaches and regulatory risks can slow adoption. So I'll give you a real world example. If you take paper workflows, 28% of firms have gone fully paperless, but the rest still rely on physical documents. Why? Some clients or government bodies still require physical signatures. There's a belief that physical copies are safer for long-term archiving. And let's face it, many people just find it easier or more familiar, so they resist the shift. But here's the real takeaway. The best tool in the world won't deliver results if your team doesn't trust it or doesn't know how to use it. So this is where leadership has to step up. The key is investing in training programs to close skill gaps, starting with pilot projects to build confidence, creating a culture that values innovation. And, resistance to change, it's not just a technical problem, it's a leadership challenge. And solving it is the difference between staying competitive and falling behind. I see some hearts in the chat, so I hope that means I'm doing a good job. Okay. Let's talk sustainability. So sustainability, it's no longer just a buzzword. It's quickly becoming both a client expectation and a regulatory requirement. But here's what the survey revealed. Most firms allocate less than 25% of their budgets to sustainability, and only half of firms consider their sustainability program successful. So what's holding firms back? High initial cost. So green tech often comes with a steep upfront price tag. Unclear ROI. So without immediate savings, it can be hard to justify the investment. And 3, minimal regulatory pressure. So in some regions, lax regulations mean there's no urgency to adopt sustainable practices. But, here's the thing. The firms that go beyond treating sustainability as just a checkbox, they often see long-term cost savings through energy efficiency and waste reduction. They see enhanced brand reputation, and they become leaders in green innovation. And they also get a competitive edge in proposals that require green certifications or energy efficient designs. So, think about it. Investing in energy efficient systems, sustainable building materials, and waste reduction, it doesn't just cut operational costs, it makes your projects more desirable to clients who value environmental responsibility. So sustainability, it's not just about doing good, it's about building better and staying ahead. Okay, the road to 2026 and what to expect. So let's look ahead. Based on everything we discussed today, here's what we can expect as we move toward 2026. 1, AI adoption will accelerate. So the competition for AI talent is about to heat up. Firms investing in training now will gain the upper hand and see real benefits faster than their competitors. 2, sustainability will move from niche to norm. So while regulatory frameworks may lag, clients and economic pressures will push sustainability from just a nice to have to a non-negotiable. And the firms that lead in green innovation will dominate in proposals and long-term profitability. 3, digital will dominate. So paper-based workflows are on their way out as digital native employees join the workforce. And it's not just about going paperless, it's about staying competitive in a digital first world. 4, integration. So expect to push towards seamless platforms where BIM, AI, collaboration tools, and project management systems work together effortlessly. The future, it's not just about more tools, it's about better connected ones. So, The industry is pivoting. If you embrace all these changes now, you'll lead the pack. But if you don't, you might find yourself in 2030 staring at a dusty plotter, wondering where it all went wrong. So, this is good stuff. Okay, so try to keep this brief. So before we wrap up, let's quickly recap some actionable takeaways from today. So the first, invest in training. So technology only works if people know how to use it. Whether it's AI or BIM, a robust training program is non-negotiable. Two, you want to plan your integration. New tools should enhance your workflows, not disrupt them. So you want to start with smaller pilot projects to work out the kinks before scaling them up to bigger projects. Three, sustainability. Think of it as a strategy rather than just a checkbox. So even small steps like energy efficiency or better material choices can create a foundation for bigger initiatives. Four, measure return on investment. So don't just adopt tools. When you adopt them, track their impact and use data to identify savings and justify future investments. And number five, stay curious and stay learning. So technology moves fast, so keep learning, attend webinars, visit conferences, and watch what your competitors are doing to stay ahead of the curve. The future of architecture, engineering, construction is being built right now. So if you embrace these strategies, you'll not only keep up, you'll lead. Okay, so just to sum everything up, the AEC industry, the future, it's not just some distant horizon. It's being shaped right now by firms willing to adopt digital workflows, AI, and sustainability measures. Whether you're a small engineering boutique or a massive construction company, the decisions you make in the next 1 to 2 years will directly influence your competitive edge in 2026 and beyond. So, guys, thank you for spending time with me today. I hope this session has given you some valuable insight and a clearer sense of where we're headed. If you'd like to dive deeper into any of these topics, AI, sustainability, or how to fully harness the power of Bluebeam and other digital tools, feel free to reach out. My email's right here. It's michael.munzer@symmetry.com. I'm always happy to chat, share resources, or steer you towards the next step in your firm's journey. So keep innovating, keep pushing boundaries. Let's build a future worth remembering. The future belongs to the bold, so go out there and build it. Thank you very much.